Hey, howdy everybody, it is I, the Redstone Wizard. We are here again today to go ahead and take a look at a redstone contraption I am building here on the Realm server as a bit of a tutorial and guide, as well as to let you guys here on the Realm see what I've gone and done. So let's go ahead and hop on over to our destination, which I'm going to fly over there, because I prefer flight. Alrighty, and here we are at the beautiful skeleton farm. Wonder if I can see a skeleton pop its ugly face up. Will I? Oh, yeah, there it is. Boom. Hello. Hello. Bye. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hop down into the skeleton farm, where I have done a little bit of work. I've just been doing a bit of digging over here. But let's go ahead and hop on in here and grab... Oh! Hey, you. Hey, you. Hi, you. Too close to the spawner. Hey. That's funny. Alright. So, I do need to get just a bit of stuff together for us here. So we'll go ahead and start this system. So we're going to be doing an item system, making sure that we can go ahead and get all of our beautiful drops nicely arranged. We need to start out by creating a line of hoppers, like so. However, I think I do need to change the direction I have that going in. I am going to not place in this last hopper that goes below the chest here, and that is for a pretty fantastically good reason. And in order to make this whole system fit in here, we do have limited space. Of this wall is the actual skeleton farm, so I can't do anything there, and it's literally like on the other side of each of those walls. So I can't go anywhere beyond there, and that is known as Death Valley. So the only options we have is to have our redstone extended out in this direction, or to have it extended out in this direction. And the difficulty with extending it in this direction is that I do have the actual farm itself running right there. So you have to kind of make sure that you're arranging this in an order where it will work. So I've decided that I'm going to set this up kind of right over here. So we're going to be looking at having a non-stackable item filter, which goes right here. And we're going to be having a stackable bone and a stackable arrow right here and here. So we are going to have to take that hopper out in just a second, but we are going to wrap this bad boy around to the side. Now, we don't need too much room in over this way, and I'm going to look into changing up how that particular area over there looks. But right now, we're just looking at the redstone contraption itself, so we'll go ahead and set this up. So our hopper line should be in place, and at the end here should be that other hopper. Come on there. Alright. So, in order to set up the non-stackable item filter, it's pretty simple, but you gotta know a little bit about the mechanics going on with how hoppers read into a system. Now, I did just place that hopper wrong like a boss, so let's flip that around. Boom. There you go. Boom. And now we're going to need to read off the back of that hopper up top right here. And we are going to need to lock this hopper down here. So, I do have a bit of redstone there in my shulker box. Come on! Keepers! So let's go ahead and get ourselves all squared away in the redstone department. Bum, bottom, bum, bottom, bum, bottom, bum. Alright, Wrong spot. There we go. So, we'll go ahead and create ourselves some redstone torches here, and then we do need a bit of extra redstone, and we need ourselves a few comparators as well as some repeaters. Other than that, we are pretty well set. The chests themselves will be needed in order to place the items in. So, for instance, our non-stackable items are going to have their life continue from this point forward only from here. And in order to get the items out of there, we have a redstone torch, which actually locks this hopper down below from opening itself up. The only way to take that out of play, boom, boom, clearing out the stuff, is to go ahead and have a repeater which runs into the back of that. So we'll go ahead and clear out a little bit of the stuff in my inventory here in order to make way for... Oh, well, no, I'm probably going to need that. Boop, boop. So we'll place this repeater into the back of this redstone torch right here. So if this gets powered, that gets turned off. And we'll go ahead and place a piece of redstone dust, which goes back there. We'll then go ahead and replace the block that goes right here. And we need to go up one level real quick. Boom, boom, boom. So we will go ahead and clear that little piece of dirt out so that it doesn't discombobulate our signal here. And we'll go ahead and place that redstone dust. And as you see, it's actually connecting with the redstone dust back there. So no canoodling of our redstone dust. Now we're going to actually have this same system, which is separating out the items a little bit different for the other two, and you'll see why in just a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and get our comparator right out of the back of this one here. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that is a non-stackable item filter. That's it. As soon as any non-stackable item enters the system, it will immediately prompt itself forward to this chest. And the reason that works is because it does take a tick to move the item forward and through the hopper. And that's the same amount of time it takes for this system to unlock the hopper below. Items do prefer to fall rather than continue forward. So, as soon as given the opportunity to fall, they will do so as the priority. So the item enters into the system. As a stackable item, it emits a redstone dot of 1 signal strength until we get 22 items in, which we'll see how that works a little later. But when a non-stackable item enters the system, it is 3 dots long, and that allows this to immediately trigger, and then it falls right on through, and promises no extra fall through. Now, we do have a couple of other options available for us here, but what we're going to do now, we did want this hopper, which is continuing down the line, so that when the items that are that are stackable go through, they'll just continue down the line. So we'll have... Alrighty, everybody, it's actually it's take 3 on this. I'm derping a little bit on this one, guys. I apologize, but just minor little mistakes, you know, about sizing and where it's actually supposed to go, because you know that's how pros work. So we're going to go ahead and work on the stackable item filters now for our bones and arrows for this bad boy. So we'll go ahead and place in 2 repeaters that go down here in order to turn off these 2 redstone torches. Then we're going to go ahead and place 2 of these bad boys right here and 2 of these bad boys right here. I'll go ahead and throw the comparators in. I love it when they go in right. I'll go ahead and throw the comparators in here, and then our redstone dust, boom and boom, and now it's all set up. That is pretty well it for that system. So we'll go ahead and place in our 2 hoppers, which will go into the edge of these two comparators, and then we will need to place in some chests. Luckily, here on the Bedrock Edition, we have the ability to place regular chests in. We don't have to worry about that silly trap chest nonsense, which actually locks hoppers, but we go ahead and place those in. Now, we have but one more job to do, and that's to place the items in here which have the intent of being filtered. Now, technically, I don't need to filter out the opposing item because it's never going to not make it there, but for safety of overload, I recommend doing it anywho. So I'll go ahead and place in all of my bones in this back one, and then I will place all of my arrows in this first one. And that's going to go ahead and sort out between the arrows and the bones where they're supposed to be going. And this right here is where we have our non-stackable item filter, so that's where this will end up as well. So any arrows, any leather, or anything of that sort will end up coming out of this side. Now, there is like two more things that I want to do here. And one of those things is to actually be able to get down. Yeah. Alright, so I want to go ahead and place a hopper that goes in there and in there. And that comes with a specific purpose. I want to be able to have us just knock a shulker box right down there, and because it's already filtered out the items, this will become bone, this will become arrow. We will always get only bones in our shulker box that we put there, only arrows in the box that we put there, and we can go about our merry little way. Now, apart from that, we do have options to be able to take this out a little bit more. I don't know if you're aware, but turns out the non-stackables, they tend to fill up quite quickly in comparison to the good old stackable items. So I recommend, you know, a little bit of ridiculous level storage, just because they do take so much. And I promise you, these 3 chests will get full before these 2. Promises. Promises. So, we will go ahead and, we've got the system set up. It's ready to go. So, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and, place in that hopper, and we'll see items are starting to filter into the system. Now, because we didn't put all 22 bones in here, it hasn't started, but right here, we will now never go above 19, and we'll see this has unpowered that torch down below, which allows the hopper to release. Now, we do have the hopper down here, which is going to fill up first, then this chest will fill up, and so on and so forth. But as we have other items which will come in through this system, such as, you know, bows and leather and other armor type things, when we get those flowing through here, they will end up going right into these, so that we don't have to worry about having separate spots and picking them out of these chests. Oh, and see, there's the arrows which are going through, and as you can see, by going into this hopper here, nothing but bone will go through. Now, to prove its worth in the non-stackable items department, I'm going to go ahead and introduce some non-stackable items into the system real quick. So we'll go ahead and start off by throwing in my diamond axe, and we'll complete it with throwing in my diamond sword there, which should then end up disappearing. And I'm not sure if that, I hope that went in. So as it goes through here, I think I might have lost my axe through a glitch. Nope, there's my axe right there. Okay, so sword. So Sword? Sword? Oh, sword! Tell me I didn't... Oh. Oh, interesting dynamic there. I can solve that quick and easy. Won't have that problem again. Boom. Alright, so, we do have the issue that the first item in the system does go into this hopper right here, but now as you see that it did filter out both of them. I just lost it for a second and oh, panic. Look at this. This is a beautiful sword. To lose this sword, panic. So now this system is pretty much all ready to go, and as you see, it's filtering out those items nice and kindly. The only thing that we have to do now to concern ourselves with is access to this particular area down here, and for that I'm not entirely sure. I may just ask one of my server members here if one of them might perhaps desire like a totem of undying or something like that I could arrange for a good, you know, entry way to down here. But you know, the overall system here with the rest of this still works out just fine, no issues there. So if you guys do want to see a tutorial on, you know, how to get this system, which actually swaps out a couple of things, then I'll be more than happy to pop that up. But it's a little bit more complicated because of just a couple of the mechanics going on, but overall not too bad. But I do appreciate you guys. Alrighty, everybody, I appreciate you coming out today, and so we're going to go ahead and close it off here. Of course, if you guys do want to see like a bloopers from this episode or anything else like that, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Also, if you're new to the channel, check out the subscribe button over there, and I've got a couple of videos for you to check out if you want to see. Also, I happen to have, I believe right here should be an eye where you can go ahead and vote on what you'd like to see for the next episode. So remember, subscribe down below, smash that like button, answer the eye, and we appreciate you.